think the person asking me for money wants to borrow money from me to use it in haram, it becomes haram for me to help him on it and to give him that loan. So when we say the bank is okay to benefit because he's the borrower, if what he's investing the money in is halal ways. It's halal ways. Okay? So, now all of the banks that are not Islamically based invest in anything, halal or haram. And most of it actually, most of your money is taken and given as what? As loans to other people with riba. Alright? So from this perspective, you become someone helping on munkar and ithm and udwan. So in general, these bank accounts in a non-Islamic based banking is haram. Because you are lending money to be used in a haram way, in a riba way, in haram investing. They will lend to alcohol, they will lend for anything. That is haram. There's no restriction on what investment or what projects they can finance. Yeah. Getting there. Alright? So in general, this is the rule. Bank accounts are haram. Saving, checking, whatever. Anything, transaction in those ribawi banks, banks based on riba, is haram. Even some of the ulama said, it's haram for you to work in a bank to sweep the floor. To sweep the floor. Alright? That is something, we don't say anyone is forced to sweep the floor in a bank. Okay? Because you are supporting and helping. Now, as a borrower, I'm getting benefits. I'm getting my money protected. Now let's assume that the bank is Islamic. I'm getting my money protected. I'm getting checkbooks. I'm getting ATM card, checking card. I'm getting special prices for some services. You know, they might do a wiring for you for free or whatever. They give you cashier checks for free. All this stuff. So all these stuff are benefits for me as a borrower. Okay? The lender, his benefit mainly is investing. The bank. The borrower. The borrower, his main benefit is his investment. He's investing your money. Okay? Now, are these okay? Okay? Usually these are okay. Okay? And the reason for that is the bank, when he gives you ATM card, he's getting a benefit from it. So he give you a card, so you don't have to go to the bank and make it busy. That means they don't have to hire as many people. They don't have to have traffic. They don't have. So usually the benefit is comparable. So these things are overlooked. Okay? Overlooked. The benefit that both parties are getting. Okay. Now if we're talking about Islamic banking, let's say they charge you a fee, monthly fee. There's no problem with that. Okay? Now someone will say, but they're getting benefit. They are borrowing your money and they're charging you. They're charging you for services. So there's no problem with that. Okay? Services. There are people taking care of that, few transactions, all that. So all these are small things that are not the main reason for tahrim, for why something like that or bank accounts are haram. The main thing, as we said, is you put in a bank. If you are checking, most checking accounts don't have any interest on it, even though some banks now they give you interest. But and excuse just for the lack of terms, we're using the word interest, and it's really one interest for one side, and that is the financial institute. The person has no interest. And but the main reason is that what they use it for. Mainly, it's in haram. The second thing, if you are getting something in return, that is also haram because you're a lender and you benefit. All right. So that's what makes these bank accounts haram. Now someone might ask, what can I do? Okay. I can't keep my money in my pocket. Give it to you. I can't take all the money out of the bank and keep it in my house. It's not safe. If they know you have $1,000 in the house, you're done. You know, in some areas. So that's where the ulama said, ضرورات تبيح المحظورات. Necessities, okay, and issues out of control make what's haram permissible. Permissible. Okay? And it says permissible, not wajib, not halal. Permissible. Mubah. Okay? So, what we say is, if you have, and most of us have to, now usually a lot of things, you cannot go and take cash to pay it. Okay? So you have to have checks. So, in this country, I have no doubt, and the ulama have mentioned, and a lot of countries, not this country only, that it's a necessity to have a bank account. However, this bank account cannot be saving. It has to be checking, meaning you're not getting any interest. You're not getting any interest. And if you are getting some, you need to get rid of it. But if you are in a bank where you're getting interest on your money, in a checking account, then switch. Alright? وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ.
The bank will be more than happy to take it off if you go ahead.
Yeah, take care of it. They can keep it. We don't want it.
If you're not getting no interest on savings, so over that, you tell them, look, we don't want no interest on saving.
So why you have it in saving?
No, just safekeeping instead of checking.
Save in the checking account too. Isn't it?
No, saving is different from checking.
You don't trust yourself.
Saving is different.
The main thing we're talking about is the interest. Because usually when we talk about checking, there is no interest. When we talk about saving, there is interest. Okay? But at the same time, maybe I'm wrong with this thing, but most probably the bank is more inclined to use your money that is in saving than the money in checking. But in general, there is no person's money. It's all together. You know, if we think about it that way. But the point is, you want to have it, if you have to have an account, and usually, as we said, if there's a reason you have to have an account, it's not safe to have your money on the street. It's not safe to have your money under your pillow. It's not safe to have it in your pocket, you know? I have a couple of hundreds of dollars in my pocket, and I got pulled by the cop the other day, and I take out my stuff to look for the insurance card, and he said, wow, you're carrying a lot of money with you. Yeah. Well, most people don't carry money in this country. The funny thing is, when I used to work in a dry cleaner, and the guy comes to pick up his clothes and he wants to pay, he will pick this huge stack of money, folded, but usually it's all singles on top. And then he will open it, and the 20s and the 50s are inside. They're scared. They're afraid. Okay? When I was in Philadelphia, Chinese guy was killed for $1. Two people rob him, they find $1 with him. They walk away, then they tell themselves, maybe he's gonna go and tell about us. They go back and they shoot him for $1. It's not safe, all right? So maybe it's a necessity. Maybe it's actually dangerous for you to carry it, all right? So if that is the case, then you need to do as little as you can, okay? Meaning, this becomes a door for you to put your money in a bank, even though in general it's haram, but this is the exception. Don't go so far. Don't say, oh, since they said this bank account is okay, then I'm gonna go saving account, and I'm gonna collect, and go CD. They said it's having account. All these things are called accounts, all right? The same thing with insurance. Insurance is haram. Car insurance is haram. But some people say, okay, it's okay. So some of the ulama said it's okay because out of necessity. Yes, it's out of necessity, but that doesn't mean you have to go and buy full coverage. By no means that gives you the permission You go and you buy the minimum that you can get away with. All right? So that is where the taqwa comes in.